What you see me doing here is what is known as enseo or carenza in Filipino martial arts. This is simply shadow boxing with a knife, shadow boxing with weapons. And it is an important ingredient to developing skill in fighting. And when you're training by yourself, it is something you can do anywhere at any time. I never do enseo with an edged weapon, an actual edged weapon. I always use a training weapon. The only drills I use real knives on are when I do these kinds of drawing drills. I don't do much after I draw the weapon. I don't do elaborate movements with the blade. I just do some simple stabbing. You have to respect edged weapons. You have to respect live blades. And using live blades for things like carenza, or even worse for partner drills, is just too dangerous. And it actually slows you down too much because you're being too careful, if you're smart, to actually train hard, to train fast. So especially if you're doing partner drills, it's just silly when I see practitioners doing partner drills with live blades because they slow down so much. They're so careful, they're so focused on not cutting each other that it just impedes their training. It's actually a ridiculous idea that you have to train with a real weapon. Anyway, back to what I'm doing here. This is my training for the Medusa system. This is a system I instruct. It is a system that I love, and it is, in my opinion, the best knife combative system that is out there because it's simple and straightforward. Now, having said that, I train other things as well because I want a deeper set of skills. But this is the shit that happens in real life knife altercations, in real life knife assaults. So if you want to understand what you need to defend against, study the Medusa system. Get the book by Jason Schultz on the system. It's a quick read, but it is an important read. It is probably, in my opinion, one of the best books out there on edged weapons combat because it is straightforward and easy to understand and quite simply can enhance whatever knife combat system you're doing or any martial arts system. You can just drop it in there and be able to add it to what you already do. Just like hitting heavy bags is important for any pugilist, hitting heavy bags or targets is important for knife fighters as well, or knife practitioners, I should say. Also, if you are practicing any martial arts, part of your solo training has to be strength training. You have to work your fitness. You have to work your cardio. Now here I'm doing some training with the knife out, and some of this comes from some techniques I smuggled from the Libre system, and some of it's just simply Filipino martial arts. A lot of what you see here is inspired by the Libre system. I really enjoyed the package I received from Scott Babb, and I'm loving how he applies all the stuff he learned from Filipino martial arts and other knife combative systems. I love the psychology behind the Libre system. The way the Libre system attacks the eyes and uses that as a way of opening up other strikes, other attacks into the body, into the lungs, into the solar plex, into the femoral artery. There's a lot to the system. There's a lot of subtlety to it. And while subtlety doesn't always translate to reality, I think it is a system that has some depth in spite of its newness. I honestly believe systems like the Libre system can enhance the Medusa system. And if I was a Libre practitioner, I would study the Medusa system as well. This is because The Medusa system is simple and practical and doesn't have any fluff. It is as streamlined and straightforward as a system can get, and when it comes to real violence, that is exactly what you want. You want good tactics and not a lot of choices in techniques, because too many choices in techniques trip the brain. If shit hits the fan, the brain is overwhelmed by what it should do. And this is the beauty of the Medusa system and many other really good combative systems, is they give less choice rather than more, because in reality less is more. Your higher functioning parts of your brain will not be engaged when it comes to the adrenaline of real violence. So you have to have things that are simple and straightforward. Now here I'm back doing the Medusa system and I'm drawing my blade. When it comes to drawing, I'm not trying to do a speed draw. Speed drawing is something that I think is not as important as people think. What's important is making the opportunity to get to the weapon. And this is part of the Medusa training and the Medusa formula. This is another reason I think it's a brilliant system. There are few knife combative systems that really focus on making an opportunity to draw. This is something that is really important. And when I say making an opportunity, I mean doing something that allows you to draw. Because if you try to pull your weapon when you're being attacked, you are likely to fail and you are likely to give your opponent an opportunity to successfully attack you, to successfully cause injury to you. So the Medusa system attacks and makes the opportunity to draw. Now, when it comes to drawing, the fixed blade obviously was easier to get access. However, the folder gives the opportunity to have a larger blade as your personal carry weapon. So for me, I think I prefer the folder for that length that I can have. But that's a personal choice. If you can carry a large fixed blade, hey, all the power to you. Anyway, this is my solo training for knife combatives. Thank you.